Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. I'd like us to go back to Acts chapter 13 again, beginning with verse 44, and notice that persecution, religious persecution, now not secular persecution, but religious persecution comes in two stages. On the next Sabbath, almost the whole city gathered to hear the word of the Lord. When the Jews saw the crowds, they were filled with jealousy and talked abusively against what Paul was saying. Now that's the first stage of religious persecution. It is not person-focused, it is first focused on the message. Paul was teaching forgiveness in Jesus. Paul was teaching justification in Jesus. Paul was teaching born again by faith in Jesus Christ. Paul was preaching Jesus is the Messiah. First, they speak abusively against the message. Now stage 2 comes down beginning with verse 49. The word of the Lord spread through the whole region. But the Jews incited the God-fearing women of high standing and the leading men of the city, the elite. Religion always uses the elite to do their dirty work. And they stirred up persecution against Paul and against Barnabas and expelled them from their region. Second stage of religious persecution, the elite in a society is stirred up and then they attack the messengers. But notice, it always comes in two stages. Now, we're not talking about secular persecution from the Gentiles here. We're talking about religious persecution from the Jews. First, they speak abusively against the message. Then, they begin persecution against the messengers. It always flows in that direction. They don't attack the messengers first. They attack the message first. When that doesn't work, then they attack the messengers. And usually, forgive me, their hands are clean. They've done nothing because they use the elite of society to do their dirty work for them. So when you see religious persecution coming, after you hear them speaking abusively against the message, understand what comes next is they then attack the messengers.